Hey Casey, you know, we all realize that you belong to a very famous and illustrious family. Well, welcome to a second one. Welcome to WWF. This is the longest running NGO on the planet for the planet, and we are so happy to have you. Welcome to the family. Hey, hi, how are you?
Hi, oh my God, thank you for spending your morning with us.
You're very welcome. I couldn't think of a better way of spending the morning.
I had no idea that you love to cook. And so now partnering up with the Worldwide Fund for Nature, I'm wearing Chichi the Panda Bear. Tell us about what you've learned when it comes to sustainable, self-sustainability, or when it comes to like Worldwide Fund for Nature's stand on food and food sustainability.
I think one of the big things about sustainability and in regards to food, and I know you've touched on this in some of your previous IG lives, is that it's great to, as much as possible, if you can shop local. I know that every now and again there are ingredients that we'd like to get imported, but the Philippines is able to supply so much of it now that we used to have to import. So as much as possible, try and buy local because you're lessening your carbon footprint. And that if you can grow your own food, there's a big movement right now about growing food at home. I have a little tower garden where I grow some spinach and some herbs and everything outside.
Do you? A tower garden, like a vertical garden?
Yeah, and it also means that you get to compost for all your waste. So little tips like that, of course, what we're doing today, which is all about the leftovers.
Filipinos are usually like, we're so big, like all the families come together, even in quarantine, everybody started living together. And so a lot of these like moms or like whoever the cook is in the family, you cook a little bit extra, right? And we love, there's a Filipino saying, mas mabuti ng sobra kaysa kulang. Marc is gonna show us a recipe using leftover chicken, which we had yesterday. And Marc is gonna teach us how to make a mushroom chicken pasta. And I have all the ingredients here: the penne, mushroom, olive oil, pepper, salt, garlic, onions, dill, sour cream, and then of course the leftover chicken here. So let's get started. Where do we begin?
First things first, I've actually got a pot on the boil. I'm going to boil up the penne.
This is penne. This is what penne looks like for people who are just learning how to cook.
Now I'm putting about roughly half a box, so it's 250 grams in there. I'm going to chop up the onion whilst we wait for that chop.
When you chop onions, do you have a technique to like not crying? Because that's the biggest thing that shocks people who don't cook. When they start chopping onions, they're like, why does it hurt my eyes so much?
If you'll notice, I just chopped this onion and I'm not crying at all. Make sure that you have a very sharp knife.
Oh.
The reason that you cry is because the knife, a blunt knife, is squeezing the juice of the onion instead of slicing through it. And it's the juice of the onion that causes you to cry. So you have a really sharp knife, then you slice through it, there's minimal juice, and you cry.
So I've actually gotten knives from Metro Cookware. They sent these super colorful knives and they're actually super sharp. So I actually use these, and you're right, it's sliced faster.
Now I'm a big believer in onions and garlic. So even though we're not cooking a huge amount today, I make sure that I use an entire onion and I use half a head of garlic.
So we've basically, this looks like a puree, but because the knives are so sharp, they've actually chopped the garlic so thinly, and it's like juicy and nice and garlicky. And this is supposed to be really good for our lungs and our respiratory systems in this day and age. Garlic and onion is a really good thing to have in your food.
The pan is now kind of hot. I'm going to add some olive oil.
So we put olive oil.
Yep.
We put the onions in, right?
Yep. Onion.
All of it?
Yep.
Garlic?
Not yet. Fry off the onions first.
Okay.
Garlic cooks a lot faster than onions, so you always fry the onions a little bit first before adding the garlic. Now when the onions are soft and getting a little bit translucent, then garlic. And you just let that fry on a low heat.
So what do we do with the chicken? Do we just dump it in now? Like, do we chop it up? Do we?
We chop it up first, bone it.
Okay, so I got the chicken. I think I got this right. I'm just gonna dump it all in.
All right, so now we can season with some salt and pepper.
Here's the salt, a pinch of salt, always season. Pepper. This seems super simple.
All right, you need to turn the heat down a little bit. So now you chop up your dill.
Dill, okay. I didn't know what dill looked like until now, because we usually use like basil or rosemary or thyme.
Dill is a fantastic herb that goes really, really well with chicken and fish. So right now I'm going to chop up the mushrooms. Mushrooms don't take very long to cook, so that's why I always put them in last.
Fresh mushrooms, so we try to go for fresh and not canned, right?
Yes, as much as possible. And the great thing is, you can buy fresh mushrooms locally now.
Okay, so I'm going to just dump the mushrooms in.
Yeah. I'm just going to drain my...
Do I put the cream in here now?
Not yet.
So while you check your pasta out, my pasta's already cooked. I have 8 arms, you know, I have 8 hands.
All right, so now you can add sour cream.
Here's the sour cream. I'm gonna dump this whole pot of cream in my chicken.
Yeah. I'll put cream, sour cream. You're just gonna put the sour cream in there very quickly, and then you're gonna pop in your pasta.
Ooh, this actually smells and looks really good.
Once you mix this through, and it should look something like that.
Okay, let's see.
Awesome.
Does that look legit?
That looks very...
Thank you. Thank you so much. There is beginner's luck, you know. So here is another, so I love wooden plates. I love wooden bowls. I love all things wood. I feel like it's really important to support like Philippine craftsmen too. So not only do we support like local produce and Philippine farmers, we also support Philippine craftsmanship. So let me just show you the pasta we've made with Marc. This is a super easy dish. So easy to make. Perfect for the whole family, and kids love this too. There you go. It smells delicious. All right.
Right?
It's exactly what it should taste like, I think.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Leftover food is just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. There's so much more to learn about connection to food, yung relationship natin with food. We have to really understand that everything from the dill to the mushrooms to the pasta to the chicken, all of that comes from somebody else's hard work and labor. These things don't grow from trees and you don't pick them off of trees. Somebody grew them on the soil and may naghirap at may nagsumikap na tumubo yun para sa atin, di ba? Pag nabili natin sa grocery yun. Ang dami ng pinagdaanan ng mga pagkain natin. So Marc and I want to thank you on behalf of Chi Chi the Panda Bear or Worldwide Fund for Nature for joining us and being here with us and learning more about how to repurpose food para walang sayang. Marc, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to tell our viewers?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, you can find a lot of information on the WWF website, www.wwf.org.ph, or just follow them on Instagram, it's WWF-Philippines. And yeah, we've got so many great initiatives in all different parts of taking care of the environment and of course the people. It's also about community. You mentioned the farmers and that had to grow this. So we support farmers, we support fishermen, we support communities. It's not just all about the plants and the animals, but we're all one big happy family. The planet is our home, so we need to take care of our fellow siblings, whether they have 2 feet or 4. We're so happy to have you, KC, as part of the Panda family. We love the way you're able to use your voice to really promote the things that are important to you in your career. And so adding WWF as an additional feather in that cap and you being able to help us reach more and more people, not just here in the Philippines, but around the world, is huge. So we're so happy to have you, fellow Panda.
Right now we are with Jonah. who is in integrated marketing. He's a communications specialist of the Worldwide Fund Furniture, or WWF. So welcome! We're twinning today!
Thank you, Casey.
Okay, Jonas, so can you tell us about, because Marc was talking to us about leftover food and kung bakit importante na ang leftover food ay gawa ng bagong recipe para sa pangbukas na ulam.
Ang repurposing of leftover is napaka-importante niya talaga. Kasi when we say repurposing, it's like giving food another life. We're giving food a makeover para yung leftover, ma-serve natin siya in another way, creatively, pero na-retain yung quality, nagkaroon pa ng added nutrients, and of course, safe to eat dapat. So ano ba ang benefits of repurposing a leftover or giving food a makeovers? It saves time and money. It saves time kasi katulad ng roasted chicken, instead of roasting it while you're doing a new recipe, naka-ready na yung roasted chicken na gagamitin mo for your new meal. And of course, another benefit will be magagawa natin ng paraan para ma-level up yung nutritional value yung leftover. For example, yung roasted chicken, we can cook it by adding more vegetables. Yung bagong food na isa-serve natin, mas masustansya na siya dun sa original.
Actually, totoo yun, no? Meron kang second chance. Kunyari, bad girl ka or ano. Tapos, grabe, no? Takam na takam ka dun sa fried chicken, ganyan. Tapos, fried chicken with rice, yung ganon. Tapos, may soft drinks on the side. Pag medyo na-guilty ka the next day, tama kayo. Para mas healthy, pwede mo lagyan ng greens, ng mga vegetables. Pero, bakit kailangan natin ipaalala sa mga kabataan or sa mga kapwa nating Pilipino itong mga ganitong concern?
Kasi isa na dito yung madalas nating sinasabing problema yung climate change. Kasi nga, everything that we do may impact sa environment, yung nasasayang na pagkain, merong greenhouse gas na napoproduce which contributes to that problem. So that's one among many other na kapag ang klima natin hindi na siya yung normal, naapektuhan yung mga hayop, hindi lang tayo. So yung hayop, yung ecosystem.
Akala natin ng climate change is dahil sa mga factory, di ba? Dahil sa pollution. Actually, ang natutunan ko sa Worldwide Fund for Nature, ang pagsayang ng pagkain is the third biggest contributor to climate change. Paano niya na-i-impact? Kasi hindi ko pa ma-connect dyan sa totoo lang. Yung connection pa ng pagsayang ng pagkain sa pag-init ng mundo or sobrang paglamig ng mundo.
Hindi natin kasi siya nakikita eh. Hindi siya visible by the naked eye, kaya parang napaka-abstract ng concept. Tulad ng basura sa landfill, nagka-contribute siya na tinatawag nating greenhouse gases. Ito yung methane. It's a stronger form of greenhouse gas na kapag madaming ganong gas, yun yung nagko-contribute sa pag-init ng Earth. Sa simpleng hindi pag-ubos ng pagkain. Ito, mga simpleng tips para sa ating lahat na siguro madalas na nating ginagawa, but it's a good reminder para maging habit natin siya na akala na yung ginagawa na pala natin sa araw-araw, yun na pala yung paraan ko para makatulong sa pag-save sa environment. Number 1, ito yung prevent having leftovers. So as simple as pagluluto only ng kailangan nyo or finish what you have on your plate para maiwasan yung leftovers.
Imagine mo, pag nabubos mo lahat ng food mo sa plato mo, guys, nakatulong ako sa planeta. Ganun kalaki yun, di ba?
And another tip will be to make your ref your BFF.
Like, make your ref your BFF.
So ito naman, yung way natin to preserve the food. So we all know that ref, it's very important as our food storage. So napapahaba natin yung buhay ng pagkain, and at the same time, any leftover that is stored right away sa ref, hindi siya masisira. During your cook-off with Marc, di ba nagluto kayo ng roasted chicken? So there are other ways to prepare a leftover chicken. So that's one, to cook it in a pasta. Another one, Filipino style, pwede natin siyang gawing sahog sa pansit, bihon, or sotanghon. Pwede siyang gawing sandwich spread or filling.
Yes, totoo yun.
And another one, kung gusto mong sawa ka na sa mga dry na pagkain or ulam, pwedeng gawing soup. Pwedeng i-add yung leftover chicken sa macaroni soup, sotanghon soup, or kaya munggo. So those are some.
Actually, ang dami, no? Kung talagang iisipin mo, yun siguro talaga ang key point. Learn to be more creative. It's still very important to stay creative and to keep learning one recipe at a time. Because you are, with every meal that you finish on your plate, you are already an avenger for protecting the environment and making it easier for nature to function. She is called Mother Nature for a reason. It's like taking care of your mom or taking care of your lola, diba, na you don't want them to exert extra effort when you can help, diba? Kasi matanda na yung planeta natin eh, diba? And we all depend on her. So ako, I see Mother Earth or Mother Nature as a grandmother na love ko. Na paano mo ba, di ba, naiiyak daw ako. Wow. Paano mo ba tatratuhin yung lola mo na mahal mo or yung nanay mo, di ba, na mahal mo na inaalagaan ka. Pero pag kinapos mo or inabuso mo, pagod at mapapagod din sila and kawawa naman sila. So, ganun din si Mother Earth.
Let's be like a food hero who nourishes, who savors, and treasure the food that we have.
Each one of us has the chance to be a hero in our everyday lives. And it's actually so much more simple than we think it is. So I'm so proud of all of us. I'm so proud of all of you. You are all pandas too. I'm a newborn panda in the Worldwide Fund for Nature family. But thank you guys for your time and for teaching all of us not just how to cook new things, but for teaching us about our role in and our power to protect this planet. And we only have one. So we will be doing it together, even if we're apart. So thank you, WWF, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Kitchen Collabs in partnership with the Worldwide Fund for Nature. Bye, Jonah! Thank you!